that can happen to you is they
Yeah,
call
the
it
human
death,
experience
but you don't really
is
die.
like the craziest experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
That one's not
that's
going
why I
to-
think like death is just not real death. Seems like Buddha was saying. Buddha said, death is just birth disguised.
Yeah.
And if we really saw it properly, we'd mourn when they were born and celebrate whenever someone dies.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't be giving people the death penalty as a punishment. We'd be like, hey, put him in front of fucking the news and let him live his days out like that.
Yeah, make
shit.
him live this life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, get him out, get him,
I've always felt that way too, honestly,
Yeah.
bro. It's like, I think like like we were talking about frequencies and energies and like,
Yes.
I just think that the energy lives on. So
Dude.
like, you need to put positive energy out.
Bro,
that way that,
yes.
you know what I mean? That way that when you continue on,
Yes.
it stays positive.
When I was 15, my mom passed away. And I can't explain it any other way than I was certain. I know the moment it happened, I wasn't even in the room. I didn't want to be in there. I was right outside the room. And I felt her. And it was the most exquisite, amazing feeling up to that point I'd ever felt in my life.
Yeah.
And I at 15, how I interpreted it, and I couldn't say anything to anybody, it was her saying, everything's great. It's not just great. Everything is fantastic. It's better than it's ever been.
Right.
You don't worry about me. I'm good. Mm-hmm. And in that moment, I felt like, okay. And then I looked to my right, and I saw people crying. And I looked to my left, and I saw people crying. And so I joined the club.
What's wild is I have a very, very similar experience to that. That is fucking crazy, bro.
Right.
And I didn't even remember it until you just told that story. But when my grandfather died, or it was either my grandmother or my grandfather. I was so little.
Right.
I want to say it was my grandfather though, but it was like my granny's mom or dad.
Right.
I can't really remember which
Right.
one it was, but I do remember that everyone in the church was crying, and I literally spit on my fingers and wiped tears down my cheeks. Because I was like, I have to fit in, you know what I mean?
You got to join the club.
But I didn't feel that way about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt, like for instance, when my great grandmother died, my dad's grandma,
Right.
when she passed away, and I was blessed that like my whole family had babies young.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like my grandparents, all my grandparents are alive right now.
Okay,
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
I got you. Right.
So, except for my mom's dad, he passed away. But anyways, so I am blessed to have a young family. But yeah, just when my dad's grandmother passed away, we were there, and I literally heard her talking to me. You know what I'm saying? And I was outside.
Right.
And that was the only thing that made me cry.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Most people saw her and this and that. Like what made me cry was I was standing outside and I heard her voice.
Yes.
And I was like, the only thing that made me sad about it was like, I'm not going to hear this voice for a long time.
Right.
Hopefully.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
Hopefully I
right,
don't
right.
die tomorrow and hear it tomorrow.
Right.
But
Right.
that made me sad. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? I was
yes.
like, it's going to take me another 50 years if I live my life out. It's going to take me another 50 years to hear that voice again. You know what I'm saying? Just that soft, sultry.
But you can feel it though.
Yeah, I can still
in
feel
here.
it. There's
It's
nights
right
I
there
lay
in your
in
heart,
bed,
man.
bro.
Things will happen. Something will happen throughout the day. There's a moment you'll see something, you'll smell something, you'll hear something. A song will come on the radio, and it's a lot of times it's people that have passed. I'll be like my nephew, who was like my little brother, man. I'll be riding down the road, and sometimes I'll be thinking about him, and I'll be missing him, and a song will come on, and then I'll remember that's him. Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, I got you right. Everything's fine. There's no reason for me to be mourning this, but it's okay. It's just part of the human experience. But I think that's the thing here. You know, we've been moved away from the one sense, which is the knowing, the sixth sense, and we've been told that if you can't decipher it with the five senses, then it's not real.
Right.
You know, so it's just one of those things. And
I mean, I've always felt that like I don't think that we understand as like what separates humans from animals.
Yes.
A lot of people say it's like intellect or the use of tools or you know, those type of things, but I think it's emotional.
Yes.
That's what I think really separates humans from animal. Is your ability to actually, and some animals do have like remorse, regret, and things like that. You know what I mean? But not to the human level. Like humans really, that's what separates us apart, is that we have a way to like really have empathy and feel for the next man or woman, you know what I mean? And like, and almost take those burdens on, you know? I said on a few podcasts ago that I've always felt that I was put here to like absorb people's woe. You know what I mean? And people always ask me, man, what's wrong with you? You all right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I'm good. Most of the time I'm good. But it might be my boy, like he, you know, he just got laid off, and then I'm sad about the shit. Motherfuckers is like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, nothing. Nothing. What's wrong with me? Nothing. But what's wrong with him? What's wrong with her? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with that? A lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I'm with you, man. I'm totally with you. I think that's the... and I think that's part of. I think that's a part of the maturation process, is being able to understand that you want to be able to empathize. You want to be able to feel other people's pain so you can relate, and then you learn how to understand that I can't really help them if I'm caught up in their drama, but at the same time, it's a balance. It's like a high wire. That's what life is, you know? You move a little bit this side, you move a little bit that side, you try to, like my dad has always said, keep it in the middle of the road. And I never knew what the hell he was talking about. I don't know if he knows what he was talking about. But I mean, I know he knows. You know.
But he's right.
But he's right. You keep it, you learn to try to keep that even keel. No matter how good things may be or how low things may be, try to keep it right there. No shit.
Well,
like we said, cyclical. Sun comes up again tomorrow.
Cyclical. And it's like what your dad means, I think, is if you're driving down a road and there's like, you know, a right turn's coming, and you're like, yo, that's gonna be shitty. I know it's gonna be shitty. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be all of the above. I just try to keep it in the middle of the road. I try not to let it draw me too far off the fucking beaten path and get me.
And you'll know. Like that, they have those ridges now, especially on 61 where. You get too far on the right. That thing lets you know.
And then on the
flip. Well, I get out of my phone and you're like.
But then like on the flip side is like when things get really good. Keep it in the middle of the road.
Keep it in the middle of the road.
Don't let yourself get too off the beaten path. Because
next thing you know, you're celebrating like crazy and
nuts. And I feel like, you know, you're an artist and I'm an artist and we're humans above all else. But we oftentimes like will be like, if something good's happening, I'm just gonna go straight that way. If something's you know what I mean? And then like if something's bad's happening, you're like, I'm gonna try to avoid it, but you get sucked in more, whatever the case. But the mainstay of it is like, don't go too far one way. Like that's what that means. It's like keep it in the middle of the road. Keep yourself centered. Don't get egotistical about
shit. This is good conversation.
Don't get egotistical about your blessings, and don't get fucking
like over here for the bad stuff, you're not being punished, and over here for the good stuff, you're not really being rewarded,
and don't become a glutton for punishment. You know what I mean? Don't become a glutton for reward, and don't become a glutton for punishment.
Because it goes both ways.
You have to find a way to get in the center and understand that, like, I'm not being punished, it's just bad right now. And I'm not being rewarded, it's just good right now. You know what I mean? And like,
is what it is.
Stay in the middle and take your rewards as they come and be gracious and take your fucking lumps.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. There's so many times when I've had lumps, you know, and I'm just, every time. Especially this time, I'm just like, you know, I needed that humility right there. Because it humbles me. It gets me focused, like, oh, you know, I needed that shit. That's very important. Put me back in perspective on things.
Definitely. As an artist, I mean, humility is one of the most things we struggle with.
Keeps you focused, man.
The world tells you to be egotistical.
Yes.
You know, and it's not that they tell you, but that's
Right.
what they inherit. They grab at.
Yeah.
It's like when this dude's like acting like he's the shit and this
Yep.
and that. It's like, yeah, they might be saying he thinks he's the shit, or
Yep.
somebody might be like he is the shit.
Right.
Either way, it's still like I gotta be the shit, you
Right.
know, and like, and it's hard to fucking humble yourself sometimes and just be like,
Life
listen,
will do
man.
it though, boy.
Yeah, we talk. Life will
It'll
do it,
man.
Yeah,
It's
I like what you said earlier.
You either humble yourself and get things in perspective, like we're talking about, and keep it in the middle, or life will do it.
Yes.
It's designed that way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it doesn't matter what book. It can be a book that was written today. People can say Bible, whatever, where it says, you put yourself on a pedestal, or, however. The bottom line is, it's been said since we could speak.
Right.
People know. You put yourself on a pedestal, the world will knock you down.
Yeah.
You humble yourself, they'll raise you up.
The world will lift you up.
And you just learn to just, when they give you compliments, be like, hey, And when they knock you down, you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
You stay the course,
Yeah. But if you keep, when you're down, keep a level of gratitude and you will be lifted up.
Like, you will, dude. That's it right there. That is it right there. So many times, like I used to think for years that if, I'll be grateful. The problem is I got this going on, not realizing that if I want this situation over here, it starts with gratitude. You got to find things to be thankful for.
Yeah.
And if you find things to be thankful for, next thing you know, things start changing in that direction for you.
Yeah. I've always noticed that, man. If I'm like, if I find a fucking $20 bill on the ground and I'm so thankful for it, and I'm like, and then like immediately I pull up to the gas station and somebody's like, hey man, you got a few bucks for gas? And I'm like, here's this 20.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
Yes.
like, you give them that 20 and you're feeling like, fuck, man, the one time I finally get some fucking money, this motherfucker needs some gas.
Right there, dude.
Yeah, they're right there. And it's up to, and like, that's like, it's like the fucking, so we were talking about age before. You might not remember these books, but they were books with different endings. So like when I was in middle school, it might have been after your generation, but
probably.
I'm not going to tell your age.
Nah,
but
don't.
There was
78. I take really good care of myself.
78, baby. He's looking good. You got that adrenochrome.
50 push-ups every morning before 10.
That adrenochrome. But they used to have these books that you would read like a chapter, and at the end of the chapter, it would ask you, do you think that you should go on the date with Ashley, or do you think you should ditch her and hang out with Chloe? You know what I'm saying? Like whatever,
Right.
whatever the scenario was. But then you would pick, and that would take you on a whole different chapter. Like it would say, "Well, turn to page 67 and turn to this chapter." Yeah, they were pretty.
We didn't have any books.
No,
like that.
but they were fun books. They were fun books.
They were.
Yeah.
Man, I wish we'd.
But
had
I
some
think
books
that
like
a lot of times that's where we end up in life is like. You're presented with, do I keep that $20 that I found and tell the dude I have no money, or do I go, fuck, I just got given $20 and he asked me for gas, I'm gonna give him this gas.
There's no coincidence.
It isn't coincidence, and every time I've passed it along, it's cyclical.
Every time.
It's cyclical,
every time.
dude. It's
every
cyclical.
time, and if you don't, like, and I've had it where you don't give it to them, and the next thing you know. You can't find the $20.
No.
Or you might like 3 days later, you think you have $150 on you. And you're like, but what the hell? I only got 120 in here. Where's 30? It's just missing, like it's missing by like magic or something. You know? And then, or if you give it, next thing you know, you think you only had $120 in your wallet and you have $150. And there are people that be like, oh, that just sounds like, well, whatever. I get it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And that is how this world is magic, man.
It's
you can
real.
tap into
it's
it,
real.
or you can it can be a curse, or it can be a blessing.
Yeah, gift or
we
curse.
get to choose whichever we want. We can not give the $20, but if you do and you understand, and sometimes you do and sometimes you don't, but the results will speak for themselves. I know,
definitely, dude. It's just crazy. Like you think,
shit,
like
man,
me.
I knew I had 150 on me.
Shit, I remember like. Probably last year or the year before, because I'm not like, we talked about this before the pod. I'm not a fucking activist.
Right.
All right. So, people might beg to differ,
right.
but I try not to like stand on a soap. I just try to be neutral.
Yes.
Your pops, middle of the fucking road. Like, if you're
I'm opinionated, but I'm not expecting people to look at. I don't want people to look at it the way I look at it.
Right.
And I don't.
And I'm like, for instance, if you're real high up on this road, you got the rewards going on and shit.
Right.
I'm not like a hater, but I'm gonna be like, Billy, listen, like, you're doing great.
Right.
But keep it level, bro.
Yes.
Like, come back to the middle.
Simmer
And that's
down
how I am all the time.
brother.
When somebody's really bad off or some shit, I'm like, listen, I've seen worse.
And you remind it,
Come
hey,
back
man,
to
it's going to be okay.
Come back to the middle. You
Right
know what
on.
I mean? Like, I'm that. And people take it as like au contraire. Like, I'm always like, if they have a really big thing that's going on, they want me to be like heightened and like, woo, woo, woo.
Right.
And I'm going to celebrate you. I'm going to celebrate you. But I'm just going to be like, bro,
Yeah.
you did a great job, but keep going.
Yes.
Like, don't fucking stop.
Right.
Or if you're going the wrong way, I'm going to be like, bro, you're doing a bad job.
Yeah.
Fucking stop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, either way.
And that's what you want. You want.
Yeah.
If you're doing it in a manner where you're really trying to be real, you want real people in your life that are going to tell you how they feel.
Right.
You know, you may not agree with them or you may agree with them, but if you've got people around you that are being real with you, then it helps you navigate through life.
Absolutely.
Like you look at Elvis, he had a bunch of yes men.
Yeah.
You know what happens? You start to believe you're the king. Now, I'm an Elvis fan, but you start to believe you're a king. You don't realize you're on drugs and you die constipated of a heart attack on the toilet.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's going on with John Morant. I know you might not.
No, I
keep
keep up with it a little bit.
Yeah, but
Around
that's
a bunch
what's
of yes
going on.
people that pretend like they're his friends.
He's around a bunch of yes men
Yes.
that are like, guns are cool and this whole vibe and everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, like, you just signed a contract for $100 million.
Your life's
Like,
a little bit
fucking
different.
Put the guns away.
You
and-
signed it with
yeah,
that team,
come
and
back
as much
to the
as you
middle.
want to say, I'm my
Yeah.
own person,
Come back to the middle of the road.
you're the face of their franchise, and they're going to, they're going to,
Yeah,
it is
but what
it
you
is.
said about like the point I didn't finish was when you were
My
talking.
bad.
No. It's
going,
probably
bro.
my bad. I just remembered it. But the point I was trying to make was like when you were talking about shit that you put out and you get back. So like I'm not like what I meant by not an activist. Like I'm not like animal rights and this and that.
Right.
But like I won't kill shit.
Right.
I don't know why.
Right.
I've been born that way.
I'm the same
So
way.
like even spiders, snakes, whatever the fuck.
Same way,
So
dude.
like a year ago, I had a spider in my car.
Right.
Dude jumped on me and killed him.
Right.
Instantly
Felt
regret.
bad.
Felt
Yes.
bad.
I'm the same way, dude.
I felt so
My
bad.
bad, dog. I didn't mean
And
to. You scared me.
but the worst part about it was like right before I did it, I was just like in enthralled with rage.
Right.
And I was just like, and like I
Right.
hit him and I was like, fuck, man, my bad, dude. But he was like, no, there ain't no, like, you, it's like the old karate movies. It's like,
Yes.
you did it.
Yes.
Now you get the consequences.
Yep.
For a fucking week, bro. Spider in my car. Spider on my apron at work.
Yes.
Spider in my bed. Spider on my fucking every fucking where I went. Like he sent the goons out on me.
Dude, I get
and
that,
I was like, dog. I told all of them sorry. I didn't kill none of them. I ran from them. I told them leave me alone. But, but I
Because
literally
I didn't have a sign in my car that said no spiders allowed. What the hell? How does it know?
Yeah. But me, all right, so
I know what
me
you
and
mean,
nature have always had a rule, though. And
Yeah.
like, he broke the rule. I didn't
Right.
break the rule.
Right.
But I got punished because I didn't show him grace when he broke the rule.
Right.
Because
yes.
I've been shown grace when I broke rules.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
So,
me
like,
too.
and like, that's what we talked about earlier, but that's how I think about shit is like,
Yeah.
is what you said about, we don't have to get deep into that,
No,
but
but
what you said about, accept those people that don't accept you
Right.
for who they are.
Right.
Because if you want somebody to accept you for who you are, you got to accept them for. So if a motherfucker's a snake,
Right.
like I shouldn't be mad when I'm fucking step into his zone and he bites me. He's a snake.
Yeah. It's what they do.
Yeah. It's not your fault. You're a
No.
fucking snake. So it's like,
you know?
Yeah.
I get it. It's like, because so many times you see they're like, well,
It's
you
my
know,
fault.
I just want to be accepted. And it's like, well, the reason why they don't accept you is because they think you're someone probably that doesn't accept them, and you're going to be an ass. And by not accepting them, now they have justification for thinking that way about you. Instead of just saying, hey,
That's
why
perfect.
don't, instead of me trying to get the world to accept me, I accept you for not accepting me. I'm a weird fucker.
Yeah.
I get it. I already know it. I'm an
Yeah.
oddball. I already
Yeah.
know that I am. I get that. But if I accept you, then the tension's gone. Like we were saying, like if somebody, there's no safe space. It's like this new thing where they're like, oh, we just need to find a safe space for this group. There's no such thing. People can believe whatever they want to. One thing I've learned is the only safe space is right inside you.
Yeah.
You have to learn to go in there, and you find that's just being who you really are and accepting the world for what it really is, and you just being real and being honest, brutally honest, whatever you want to call it, and let the chips fall where they may, because the truth and being honest may not get you a lot of friends, but it'll get you the right ones.
Dog, that's like I don't know if you used to listen to Dane Cook.
Oh yeah,
But
I like comedians.
It was
I love
big
good
back.
comedians, dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I know a lot of people don't like
Right.
Dane now, but
because he got too big.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
one of
happens
my
when you get too
favorite
big.
bits he had was like when his fucking when he's like just needs a good cry.
Yeah.
And his dad calls him. He's like, somebody will call you. You know what I mean? And his
Yeah.
dad calls you. What are you doing? You crying? Hey, look on your shoulder. It's the world.
Right.
And they don't give a fuck if you're sad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
the world does not care if you're fucking sad, bro. It does not care if you are fucking sad at
And
all.
if the world comes rolling
And you shouldn't
in,
expect them to.
No.
Yeah.
They're not- you don't. And if someone tries to pretend, especially groups or organizations, especially politicians, holy shit, when they come rolling in, and like, I just find that
Dude.
funny. People ask me, so what side are you on? I'm like, neither one. I don't even join it. I don't even engage in it. Bottom line is this: it doesn't matter what the gas prices are. I'm still going to buy gas. It doesn't matter what the grocery prices are. I still got to buy food.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who we put in there. This is just my take. It does not matter. They're very good at pretending like it's the other side keeping us from doing what we want to do. And
Yeah,
I
that's
truly
their
believe
job.
that
That's
it's
their
like
job.
It's like wrestling. It looks like they're against each other, but they party later on that night together.
Absolutely, bro. What did they say? Left wing, right wing, same bird.
Yes. And then
Same
what
bird.
happens is, they say, oh, Ric Flair won all those championships. He'll tell you the result was already done. It was just staged out there.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I don't really get
I mean,
into all
I
that,
feel
but you
the
know what I
same
mean.
way.
Yeah.
But
I just think
we've been going for a fucking minute now. If y'all
we
haven't
just gotta be
noticed.
friends with each other and
Yeah,
love each
that's
other,
it.
man. That's what it's about.
But I definitely want to do
Yeah.
this man a proper intro, man. This is Billy
What's up?
Rains Waterhouse from Bullets Benign, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, one of my favorite bands. We played with them so many
Yeah,
times
we've always
with
loved
Mason
playing
Drum
with you
Music,
guys.
man. Like
First time we played with you guys, we're like, fuck this, man. We're playing with these cats.
dog,
Yeah,
it's
we're
so
gonna make sure
beautiful
of it.
because like it's so fun whenever like you play with. You know, you play with somebody that you genuinely want to watch play, and then they play. You know what I mean? It's
Dude,
just like
Dusty
it's a
had put
different thing.
A post somewhere on there. This is a couple weeks ago, or maybe a week ago, and I went on there and commented about it. And I was like, man, I said, you have no idea how much playing shows with you guys, watching your shows, watching your deliveries, listen to that, just your whole all of it, how it influenced my delivery, how it evolved the way I write music, the way I write melodies, just all of it, And I just, when you, like you said, when I'm watching something and I really enjoy watching it, I just like to put myself in a place where I'm like, I'm just going to absorb the shit out of this.
Yeah.
Because, it's so good and there's so much going on that it's not like I can copy one specific thing, but I know I'm just absorbing it and I know it's going to affect what I do.
Yeah.
And I love that, man. I know everybody in the band, all the guys in Bullets Benign. Give a shout out to those boys. Marty, Jonathan,
Come on.
Keenan,
Come on.
Romy, and
Yeah.
Kelly. All those guys. They
Talk
love you
about it,
guys
baby.
too, man.
Let's go.
They love you guys,
I love them, man. We
Yeah,
love
dude.
Bullets
We're looking
Benign,
forward to
man.
when you guys get your thing rolling again. And, well, it's never stopped.
Nah, man.
Never stop. It never stops, right?
It's just winter right now, man.
It's hibernation, baby. Hibernation.
The bear is
dog.
hibernating.
And then when the bear comes out, you got to be careful. Don't be in its way. You got to don't be in its way till it eats all the salmon.
Yeah.
Then you're okay.
Yeah.
He might eat your ass on the way to
that's
the
what we
salmon.
did. We ate all the salmon. Now we just taking a
now
little
you go
nap.
hibernate and you
Taking
come
a little
back.
nap.
Yeah, baby. But whenever you're hibernating is when you write the best shit.
Oh, absolutely, man. We've been writing so much shit,
you can't
man.
not.
It's so fun.
You can't not,
yeah,
man.
It's a blast.
Creator's always a creator, man.
Shout out to all the boys in Bullets But Nine.
Shout
man,
out to all the boys in Mason Jar Music, man.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, you
so,
guys.
I know you got a new album on the fucking way.
Yeah,
so,
man.
What's it called?
It's called My Life.
My Life.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
My Life.
that'll be out probably mid-June.
All right. So
I had
we
planned
shoot
to have
for
it out on
mid-June?
June 2nd, but you always say it's going to be a date. And it's
Yeah,
always
hell
about a
no,
week or
man.
two
You
after.
ain't a fucking.
Yes.
Are you a star if you're not late? Man, shit.
You can't be,
Even the
dude.
stars that burn
Right.
out get
No
late
shit,
coming to
man.
Earth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
it will
We
be-
seeing shit that burn out 100 million years
it will
ago.
be in
Stars
June.
are late.
It will be this month. We got 9 songs on it, but we're gonna be playing. We've got the Barn Jam, the 7th, which is a Wednesday. Then we've got playing Barks and Brews. I guess it's that Riverfront Park. That's
Oh, hell
that
yeah.
festival. We play at 10 in the morning because
When is
they're
that?
running a 5K. That's June 10th.
Yeah.
So
well,
we play
this
that?
comes out June
Sometime.
7th.
Yeah,
or 6th.
probably. Yeah,
Whatever the Wednesday is.
yeah. But we're gonna
So,
be playing all those shows.
Are you?
That's
What,
we
what,
play
what,
on
but
our
what are you
album.
playing after June 6th? June 7th.
June 7th, we play Barn Jam. June 10th, we do the Barks and Brews.
All right, June 10th, Barks and
And then
Brews.
June 16th, we play with, we're playing at Trolley Pub. Wreaking Havoc, they already had a show going on. And we asked them if we could jump on and play a set from 8 to 9 and play our album as a CD release.
Hell yeah.
And so those cats are cool as fuck, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They're like
They're the
yeah,
best.
for
They're the
sure,
best,
man.
dude.
Right? They've laid
Yeah.
the groundwork for all of it. G-Rod and
Yeah,
all those cats.
yeah,
Just cool
they're
as
the
shit,
best.
man. So we,
Who's their drummer? Brenton?
Gary Bloom.
Gary Bloom.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of somebody else. All right, yeah. But Wreaking Havoc.
Yes,
Now I
Wreaking
know.
Havoc, yes.
Yeah.
So they already
I
had a show
different
with 3
band in
other
my mind.
bands.
Yeah.
And so we were like, hey man, we're not looking to get, money or anything like that. We were gonna do something, a party, but that kind of fell through. And so we saw them. We were at a show watching Magnolia, a new band, and I saw them on the board at Trolley Pub, and we got in touch with them. And so we'll be playing that June 16th, and we'll be playing from 8 to 9, probably about 8 to 8:50 or whatever, go through. We're just going to play all the songs from the album, so 9
Hell
songs.
yeah. And that's
But
June 16th?
That's June 16th,
All
yeah.
right. I'm going to try to make it out there, man.
Fuck yeah, man. We're excited about it, dude. We're
I'm excited about it, bro. Like,
yeah.
where'd the album name come from? Like,
Well, I'll tell you, man. It's one of the songs. This actually will be the first song that's on the album, My Life. This is about 8 months ago. So Jonathan, who's our lead guitarist now, was playing a riff. I got there, Marty's his dad, so Jonathan's his son.
Yeah.
So we get to rehearsal, and he's playing this thing, right? And I'm listening to it, and the kind of the melody I came up with, for some reason, and to know doesn't remind anybody else, but it just reminded me of the song "My Life" by Billy Joel. But nobody else sees it. But for some reason, that's just reminded me
Yeah.
how I was singing the melody. And so nowhere in the song do I say "My Life," but I was like, I'm gonna call this song "My Life." Let's just call it "My Life." So as the song pretty much wrote itself with the lyrics, I'm like, oh shit, this is my life. This
Right.
song is my life.
This is my life.
perspective on it and stuff. So we were trying to figure out what we were going to call the album. And Jonathan was like, I think we ought to call the album My Life. And I'm like, well, I guess that's the name of the album then. And so there it is.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, you wrote most of the music on it, dude. So you get to call what
Yeah.
the album
Well,
is.
I've been wanting to ask
Yeah.
you for a while what the name Bullets But Nine means, too.
I'll tell you, man. This was when me and Keenan first jammed together back in 2012. I'd had some music already. I'd been in a couple bands before, written some music and stuff, but never really was the dude in the band that anybody really gave a shit about my songs. I understood. I didn't mind that. I just kind of was in the background, just kind of getting my chops, learning from other people and stuff when I was out in Vegas. Well, when I was out there, I'd watched some documentary on Aerosmith, and I was talking to the dudes, the lead guitarist at the time and the lead singer of the band, and I was telling them what I'd watched, and I was trying to say what Joe Perry was saying about what they were trying to do, some kind of bullets or their idea of the band they wanted, and I fumbled my words, and I said Bullets Benign, and he goes, and my the lead guitarist like, dude, that's not what he said. I saw it too. He said that's what he said, and so the singer at the time, his name was Ed, said maybe you ought to. He goes, that's a good name for a song. I was like, well, maybe you ought to write it. He goes, maybe you ought to. So I go home that night, and that was like one of the first from beginning to end songs I ever wrote. So when I jammed with Keenan, I played it, and I remember him saying, let me ask you something. He goes, that's a good song. Is that song about drugs? I'm like, women and drugs, yeah. he goes, shit, that's a good name for a band. I'm like, well, maybe I was already assuming we were going to do a band. I liked him right off the rip.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe we ought to name our band that. He goes, well, let's just, we'll see how this works out. I'm like thinking to myself, bullshit, man, this was good. I'm like, what you just did on your percussion was badass. I want to do something, So we ended up about 3 months later deciding, but Bullets Benign became the name of the band, but it was the name of a song.
Yeah.
And it was all because I was trying to say one thing and it didn't come out right.
Just a whim.
And so now I think we were playing an open mic somewhere one time, and me and Keenan and this guy was like, what's the name of your band? Where I was like, Bullets Benign. He goes, I like it, man. I like it. He goes, your bullets can't hurt me. Your bullets can't hurt me. And I'm like, all right.
Dude,
yeah,
that's so weird you said that, because I'm sitting over here like loading one up, and I was like, when I heard the name, I was like, bullets can't hurt me. When I first heard that shit, I was like, that's what my mind went to. Right. It was just like bullets are benign.
That's the way I figured.
Bullets
that it was
aren't
just
a big
like,
deal.
It was
Bullets
like, hey,
aren't a big
they're
deal.
powerful.
Yeah.
But just saying, hey, but we're powerful. That's why I look at it with the band. We're powerful, but we're benign.
Yeah,
we're not here to hurt anybody, man. We're here to bring the love.
Well, I felt it in another way though, like not we, but you. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I think's cool about the name.
That's what I like about it. Is like,
so many different
because
ideas.
I've looked at it as you is like what you're saying. What your bullets can't hurt me.
Right.
Like words, because this is what I've always said. Maybe because I'm an artist.
Yes.
But I've always said that words hurt more than the weapons they foster. You know what I'm saying? Like you can kill people, but you can't kill an idea.
No.
You can kill people.
That's been proven
over and over. Like
again.
you can kill as many of us as you want to.
Right.
But if that idea, that thing, that idea that was planted, you know what I'm saying?
Over. It's already over,
bro.
You can't chase down enough people to stop it.
Yeah. So it's like, is this your favorite album you've done?
By far.
Yeah.
No question. By far, man.
I mean, we're artists, so it's always our new shit is our best shit. But I've always looked at it as my next shit is my best shit, but this is your next shit.
No question.
So this is your best shit.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah. It's like because most of the stuff up to this point it wasn't always, but the majority of it was me starting the music on my guitar and then writing melodies and lyrics to that. And so, Jonathan now comes to rehearsals with these riffs and songs and the music and already roll. And he's so much better than me as a musician. It's not close, especially as a guitarist. So his ability to express himself on that guitar, if I had his ability, that's what I would do. And I think that's what's so cool when you find the right dude that you're in a band with, is that dude's writing something, you're like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, I want to get my hands in that clay and I want to write a melody. I want to write lyrics to it. And I think the biggest thing is my ability as a lyricist, my security in who I am and how I view the world and what I want to say. I don't really, again, like, I'm not an activist. I'm not trying to say something because I want people that I think I'm saying something, if people hear it, it's going to change their life or anything. But it allows me, I'm talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm really just talking to me. If there's one thing I learned is that a lot of times, as a lyricist, when you write your best shit, it's when you're not writing it intellectually. It just comes out. Yeah. And then you go back and you read it and you're like, oh my God, that's some good shit.
Yeah.
And then I realize that it's me talking to me.
Right.
It's me having a dialogue with myself.
Yeah.
And I think that's, but yeah, no, man, I think everybody in the band, you can feel like we can all feel it. It's fun. Yeah. It's fun. It's fun to play it. It's enjoyable. Everybody has that vibe on there. And you know what it's like. You're on stage and it's just That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Do you feel that thing where everybody's in the groove, man?
Like I do.
That's what it's all about, dude.
Yeah. No, I love it, man. I love it. And I love that. It's weird because like I've always felt like your music it has this kind of happy face killer vibe. Like it's it does. And it made sense when you told me about your mom passing at R.I.P. You know, I had a son that passed, and like,
right.
But I really dig the way you do music because like it's happy,
right?
It's fun, but I feel the pain in it. You know what I'm saying? It's like this shit's like dancing in the rain type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like. It's got the bop, it's got the swing to it, it's got the cadence and the vibe to it. But
it's not pretending that it's all rainbows and roses.
No,
all
but
the time.
That's what I mean. It's like the lyrics like have it has a dancing in the rain vibe. Right. It really does. It has like that vibe of like this dude's been through some shit.
Right.
But he's happy that he's here to tell you that he's been through some shit.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah, because
no matter what shit you go through,
because I struggle with that shit a lot because like I've been through shit, but when you listen to a lot of my shit, you're like, he's been through some shit. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, with you, I feel like I love the way that you do shit and Bullets Benign does shit is that you could be in a bar or a spot, arena, whatever it is, playing your music and everybody's kind of dancing and I'm the only guy that's like on the side going like just staring at you going, this isn't a happy song.
Right.
Like this song, you know what I mean? Like this song is fucking heavy. You know what I mean? Like I left here yesterday. Like these songs have like depth to them. Yes. That I really love. Like and you know, I don't know if anybody's told you that, but as another lyricist or as another musician,
people that hear the lyrics and stuff, they know.
Yes, because that's all I like. I love vibes. I love beats. I love cadences. I love everything about music. Like I'm the type of person that's going to listen to every piece of it, but the lyrics are the most important.
Right. That's what makes it last. Yes. That's the substance to it.
Yeah.
You know, you can take a good beat. And, you know, you look at songs that are timeless, like all the great, like people say, this is a classic song. It's because, you know, when you hear something on the radio, the reason why you push repeat, you don't even know what they're saying. It's because of how it feels. They're saying something that's real. And what makes it last is when you finally learn what the lyrics are, you're like, holy shit.
Right.
It's not that they're saying something, they're just saying something real. Yeah. You know that they've gone through something, that what they're saying. Yeah. It's real to them, and so you can relate to it because it's real. You know,
absolutely. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't understand. Like, I think in this day and age, people don't have to deal with their shit. You know, that's the easiest way to say it. I agree. Like when you come up in a time where like now you can be like, oh my home life sucks, or my school life sucks, or this life sucks, so I can have a whole new life on the interwebs, like George W. would say. Right. But you know what I mean? I'm on the interwebs, and everybody loves me on the interwebs, but before that, it was like you had to deal with it and feel it, and like, and I don't know if it's better or worse. Like, I'm not... Like we always say, we're not on a political soapbox to say like back in my day we didn't have fucking internet. You know what I'm saying?
We're just having a dialogue here.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like to me, it's always better to it's better to go through things than around things.
No question, man.
I've learned that a lot of times, you know, like whether it's like something as simple as like sitting in fucking traffic.
Yes.
Like you think like you're going to fucking rush and be irate and mad and go around this traffic, go here, go there. And it's still going to take you an hour and a half to get home. Or you could just sit in the traffic, collect your thoughts, meditate, chill, and get home at the same fucking time. Yes. You know what I mean?
It's like the tortoise and the hare story.
Absolutely. And it's more even deeper than that. It's just like, don't like, don't consume yourself with being, with everything having like set time and parameters and like or anger. That's what I mainly want to get down. It's like, don't get angry at your situation.
Said, when you go around, it's a funny thing because we get sold a bag of goods that we can go around it. Yeah. And eventually your ass is going to end up in that water. So you may as well jump in and learn how to swim. Because once you jump in and you learn how to swim, then you're not scared of the water anymore.
No.
But if you don't jump in and learn how to swim, I'm always going to be vulnerable to someone saying to me, I can help keep you out of the water. Just come over here and I'll help keep you out of the water.
Yeah.
As long as you do A, B, and C, and D for me. But when you're not scared of the water, you're like, I'm not scared of the water. I'll just jump in it. Watch, I can backstroke. I can.
Dog, that's so profound. That's so profound, though.
You know what I mean?
It's so profound because, like...
If I can make you scared of something, if I can make you avoid something, then you're vulnerable as shit.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. And it's like, as musicians, like, we could tie it into that. Like, somebody will tell you, like, if you follow me, it'll be safe, and like, I'll take you this way, and you don't have to do this and that and that and that, and then you go around the whole river.
Yep.
And you could have just jumped in. Just been
figure
like,
it out.
Fuck it. You
know
what I mean?
That's how you learn where the sharks are. That's how you learn which one are the dolphins. That's how you learn what's nice. That's how you learn what's not nice. You jump in the water, you figure it out, and once you get down there, you're like, you know what? There's really nothing to be scared of.
Yeah.
What I was scared of really isn't scary at all. But as long as I stay out of the water, because you know you have someone that grew up near the water, that was in the water, they're not scared of the water. Someone that wasn't near the water, they're always fearful of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, there's just a general statement, so it's not all the time. People be like, "Why did that?" But yeah, so, but you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, it's just a metaphor that we're speaking of. That it's like, man, you know, and it's tough because when you're scared of something, it's easy to avoid it. You want to avoid it. But if there's one thing I've learned is that just walk right into it. Just walk right into it.
Face it.
Handle it. Face that shit, and you find out that once you look under the bed, you realize there's really no boogeyman down there at all. No, it's not at all. But
there's them socks you've been looking for.
Yes, right. Yeah. Lots of those damn socks that you've been looking for, right?
Nah, 100%. Like I, and that's what it speaks on what we were talking about earlier. Is taking opportunities as they arise, as they come. Like, you know, like, instead of looking at it as like, oh my God, there's a boogeyman under my bed, I get the opportunity to confront and face and see what he's about.
Right. And the more you look under the bed, the more you look forward to looking under the bed and facing the boogeyman, because you get to a point where you realize there's nothing to be scared of. But you have to address that first one, and it's you know, and again,
ooh, there's only one thing to be scared of.
What's
yourself.
That? Yeah, there you go. Nothing to fear but fear itself, right? Yeah,
yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
yes. Right.
The only thing to fear is you being fearful of looking under that bed. The only thing to fear is you being fearful of jumping in that water and swimming across. But people or telling that person no.
And that would be like, you think about like if they had that in schools. If people were just being, because if I was teaching, I'd be like, look, this is the deal. It's gonna cripple the shit out of you. That I can sit here and talk about. Doesn't mean I don't get scared of stuff. Doesn't mean I haven't been just fearful and scared and worried and concerned. But I've gotten to a point where I realize people can see it however they want. There's more going on here than just me.
Yeah.
There's more. There is something that orchestrates all this. And it's a power. It's an energy. Call it whatever you want to call it. And I've just learned that when I'm really on my game, when things are really going well, it's when instead of me trying to dictate life, control life, I just go with the current. I'm like, hey, I'm just going to embrace whatever happens here today and learn to be grateful, be excited, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't go against the flow. You can try.
Yeah.
You can try whenever that river's going, when it's flowing hard, you can try to paddle upstream if you want to, and it'll beat the hell out of you. It's like, I'll give you an example. This was years ago. We were in going to New Jersey, and this girl I knew that I was seeing at the time, her mom, they were from Pennsylvania. And the mom was like, oh, don't worry about it. I've been in the ocean. Da, 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 da. I was like, be careful out there now. I said, she got one of those raft things. And she was like, I know what I'm doing. I said, those waves are strong. Right? And she goes running out there. And I mean, she was just yapping, yap. She just would not quit talking, right? About how she had it under control. I was like,
not a woman. A woman would never do that.
So, and I mean, I talk a lot too, so so she goes, and next thing you know, there's no talking. Well, it's because the raft got hit back by the wave and it knocked her 2 teeth out.
Oh my God.
So the point being is that the ocean's strong, but if you're going with the wave, you can ride that wave and have a good time. But if you try to go against it, it will beat you up and you'll be worn out very quick.
Yeah.
You know, that life's energies are strong.
Yeah.
They are strong. Yeah. And if you go with them, even if, like we're talking about, if it seems like it's bad, if you just go with it, it'll get over with quicker.
Yeah.
But if you go against it, you're going to wear yourself out and it's going to take longer. You know, and eventually I've seen how this happen to me, where I resist, but then I get worn out, and so I can't paddle anymore, and then it just takes me there anyway. I'm like, oh, this shit's over with.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You know, I had nothing left to do except kind of give up. But in a sense, you learn that you're not giving up, you're just giving in to the energy of life.
Right.
You know, it's like what Lao Tzu said. I love this quote. He said, to the mind that is still, the whole universe will surrender.
Yeah. I was thinking even simpler. That's a dope quote. Say it again.
To the mind that is still, the whole universe will surrender.
Yes, sir. But I was thinking even simpler when I used to dirt bike as a child. You know what I'm saying? There was a term that when you were going down, when in doubt, gas it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking hit it and get the fuck, hit it and quit it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, get out of there.
Yep.
Like, go with the flow. Like you said, like you hit a rut and you're about to go down, gas it, you'll dig in and you'll move on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you let go, give up, you're down in the muck, bro.
Right.
You're all the way down in the muck.
And I think and I think also with life, and I've learned too, is just personal experience, is that so many times, you know, sometimes, like even when we're sitting here talking, someone will be like, oh, well, there's this statement contradicts. Yeah, life's a contradiction, man. You got to learn to live within the contradiction. It's like hot, cold.
Right.
You know, two things appear in the same place. And it's like, well, how is that? Well, to a person, like if it's 80 degrees is hot to someone that if it's in the fall and it's supposed to be 55 degrees, that's what they're used to.
Yeah.
But 80 degrees is cold to someone if it's in the middle of the summer in southern Florida.
Right.
It's all a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is that I think all the arguments that happen in life, the debates, the wars, is because, no, my perspective is right. But it's like, no, man, it's just my perspective. It's my perspective.
Yes,
and the only way, if I want to grow as a person, I don't have to agree with that person's perspective, but it would make sense for me to listen to it.
Right.
And then once I listen to it, it's like, oh shit, you know, I never really looked at it that way.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden,
that's
it
the whole
up
problem
a whole
with fucking
new piece.
America right now, bro. It's
We
like
just
nobody gonna listen to.
They've got us all thinking that the way we view the world is the way it ought to be, and it's like, well, no, just because. So basically, that's basically me walking into a buffet saying, hey, I don't like green beans, so you can take them out.
Yeah.
And take out the white. I don't want the white fish. You know what? And they'd be like, hey, dude, this is a buffet, brother. You know, you want a specific meal, go to Longhorn Steakhouse or something. You need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
This gets to stay on here.
Yeah.
You know?
This is what.
Leave it alone. Just because you don't want it, then just
Leave
don't pick
me
it.
alone.
Then don't just pick it up off the buffet. Get rid of the green beans because I don't like them. No, I'm sorry.
Hell yeah. Well, before we get out of here, how can everybody find you, bro?
Let's see. We're about to have a website. We need to get that thing up and rolling.
Yeah.
Quick soon, I guess. But I guess you can go to Facebook. You can find us on Facebook, Bullets Benign.
Yeah.
You can find us, and there's Bull Benign too. I had to put Bull Benign because they took that off. We started off as a personal page. And then apparently, because it said Bullets, Facebook about 3 years ago was like, hey, you can't have that on there. So I made some alterations. and found something that they accepted, and apparently they accepted that. So.
Only Facebook would
So
do
right,
that.
only Facebook, right? So I kept that because a lot of people follow that. But you can always go on that. Reverb Nation has our music on it. I mean, there's other streaming, other things that have our music on it, like Spotify. We have some on that. They'll all be on there within the next 3 or 4 months. But Reverb Nation, if you want to check it out, our videos and stuff like that, we got a YouTube channel. Just search that up. It's under Bullets Benign.
Bullets Benign.
But yeah, man, we're starting to really get on top of that and stuff. You know,
Hell yeah.
I avoided it for a long time just because I was like, you know, when it's time. When it's time, it's like, and it's not a knock to bands, but I see so many bands, they have all their media outlets, and it's like, how about just write some music? Put your focus on that.
Yeah.
They'll find you.
Well, I'd like to see y'all do some more videos, man.
Man, we are. We're definitely like with these
Definitely.
shows that we're doing. We're gonna start getting to actually videoing the whole shows and starting to, because we're enjoying that, man.
But please go listen to the music, man. These guys are so dope, man.
Appreciate
Love
that,
them.
brother.
I love them. It's such a different vibe, man. I always like to ask my guests, man, and you'll be a good one to ask. What's something you would tell yourself 10 years ago as an artist? Not as a man, just as an artist. Like, do more of, do less of, you know. I haven't asked you a lot of questions.
You know
tonight.
what?
We've
I'll
just
tell
been
you what.
vibing,
I would say just continue to be real, man. Stay real to who you are.
That's my
be
favorite
honest.
answer.
Be honest and stay real to who you are. No matter what happens, it you don't have to worry about it. It's all going to work out. It's going to work out for you. You just stay the course. That it's not about tangible results. The results will take care of themselves. Are you being true, man? Be true.
I love
make sure
that.
it's coming from the heart. You know it. You can feel it when it's from the heart, and you can feel it when it's not. And the funny thing is you can't fool the people.
No.
I know a lot of times people sit there and they're like, well, I can't. That's what I find funny about schools. They're like, oh, this kid has an attention deficit disorder, so we got to put him on rhythm. Well, maybe you're just not interesting. Maybe as a teacher, nobody wants to listen to what the hell you're saying. Like, we can't say as artists, well, why are people coming to your shows? ADHD.
Yeah.
No, you just aren't worth the shit.
Yeah.
And after about 5 minutes, they're like, I'm gonna go watch Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Right? But if it's good, and when we're saying it's good, it's can they feel it?
Yeah.
Because
palpable.
And
That's
it
what
either
I
is
always shoot for.
or it isn't, man.
I want my shit to be
and I
palpable,
think
man.
that's the key is when you're being real with it, when you're being honest with it, and it takes, and that's I would say to myself, just remember, it takes time, man. It's going to take a second. You're going to get to a point where you're going to build it. You're like, oh, this is great. And you feel like the plane's taking off. You're like, oh, we're going, man. Here we go. Holy shit.
Yeah.
We're taking off. Then right when you think all of a sudden the captain comes on and says, oh, we have a right wing that's so we're going to have to land this thing. We're like, how long are we going to be grounded? Oh, for about 2 or 3 more years.
Yeah.
You can calm it down and get back to doing what you were doing because I think the biggest thing is you don't want to get somewhere before you're ready. No. And life will let you know when you're ready.
Yeah, that's great advice, man, because I've been in spots where I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Like,
and you look back on it, you're like, shit, man, if what I wanted to have happen had happened then,
I would have been a shitty person, man.
Yes!
You know what I
And
mean?
I don't want to be a shitty person, man.
But even not even just like the success part of it, but I did music back in the day, man, and like until about 5-6 years ago, I wouldn't even show you nothing before 5 or 6 years ago.
Shit, me
You know
too.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I didn't like my
I've had
vibe.
guys in the band ask me, they're like, so show me. I'm like, nah.
Nah, bro. I was.
Let's just move from where I met you, dude.
Yeah. Like now they're gonna watch this. They're gonna be like, oh, he's so enlightened.
Right.
He's so like. No, I would have said like, come outside and I'll slap shit out you.
Man.
Like weird shit. It wasn't even me. Like I was in a totally different headspace. Like now I'm like, and I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, I know what
I'm
you
not.
mean, man.
I'm not ultra
Dude.
positive, dude, because I'm like
Yeah,
you, where
yeah.
like it's kind of melancholy,
And I wanna
like
be real
I want people.
sometimes.
Yes,
It moves around,
I want
man.
to be real, man. Feel my
Yes.
pain. I'll feel
Yes.
your pain.
Life is what life is.
Sometimes I'm like,
Shit, I
fuck
remember
you,
2012,
man. I got it.
I woke up, man, and realized, holy shit, man. I've been an asshole. I am a fucking asshole. I am a selfish fucking prick. And then, then I had, but that doesn't mean I'm done with that.
At least you woke up.
It means at least,
At least
hey,
you
okay,
woke
I'm
up.
realizing it, that holy shit, I'm not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
And I was glad my dad was still alive so I could call him and be like, oh shit, you know what, man? I had no idea you were my best friend.
Right.
I did not realize I've treated you like absolute shit. I had no clue. And when you're on that end of it, from his end, he wasn't on there like, it's about fucking time. He's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Good. I can hear it in your voice because I wasn't, you're different. And but that doesn't mean, it's like, I had someone say this to me before, recently. They're like, I'm not healed, I'm healing. And that's the key. That sometimes I'm doing great, sometimes I'm not. And if I'm thinking I'm healed, I'm there. Well, life again will knock your ass down, so you realize, get it back in the middle. Get it back in the middle of the road, man.
So hey, we back there. Get it back in the middle of the road.
That's when it's a good
bro.
conversation, when that shit circles all the way back.
Hell
around.
yeah, cyclical, baby, cyclical.
Yes, sir.
Well, hey, we had a great time tonight,
Yeah,
man.
man.
This was my favorite
Honor, dude.
type of interview right here. Is because it's not an interview, man. We vibing, we doing what we would normally do when we see each other.
Yeah.
Please go out June 16th to
Trolley Pub. We'll be going on at 8
and
o'clock,
see
man.
them. You will not be disappointed. Check out their album. It's coming out soon. My Life,
Yep.
Bullets Benign. This is Billy Rain's Waterhouse, right?
Yes. Yep.
Is that what you want?
Well, yeah,
Is that what you want?
You can call me Billy Waterhouse. People out west called me Rains when I lived out there.
Fuck
It's
that, dog. I'm not dropping the
I know.
Rains.
Hey,
I'll drop the
people like
Waterhouse
Rains,
or
yes.
the Billy.
I love Rains too.
But
dude.
Rains is
short
coming,
for my
dog.
middle name, Rainsford, which I was named after my
Hell
grandfather.
yeah.
I
Well,
like Rains
shout out
too.
your grandfather.
Because I am.
I thought he was about to tell me to
That's
kill
kind of my
Waterhouse
alter ego. I
or
am.
the Billy.
People call me
Nah,
Billy, but I am Rains.
Billy Rains.
I'm more Rains than I am
we got
anything,
Billy
so
Rains
yes.
Waterhouse in the
Because I'm from here, so when I came back here, people in my family like, I'm not calling you fucking Rains. I know
no.
you Billy. I'm like,
Hey.
hey, you call me whatever you want to call me.
We calling them Rains,
But my
baby.
ass is
Billy
Rains,
Rains.
yes.
I didn't even. Hey, but I like the Waterhouse because
Yes.
it's the water pod.
Absolutely,
we got
right?
Billy Rains Waterhouse on the
Absolutely,
fucking water
brother.
pod. This
Absolutely.
episode is brought to you by my boy Mr. Enlightenment with his new book Flicker Poetry.
Right
Check
on.
it out, man. It's such a dope book. If you don't like to read, then this is the book for you. Like it's like daily motivation type shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could just read one little excerpt and get on about your day. But I'll drop the commercial at the end of it, and of course I have Bullets Benigns shit on there, so you can go check them out. So thankful for Billy's time. I'm a huge
pleasure, man. Huge fan of yours.
Yeah,
huge
thank
fan
you,
of you
man.
guys. Your
Thank
band,
you.
Mason Jar Music. all of
Yeah,
it.
Bullets Benign, Mason Jar. We've done a lot of shit
Yeah,
together.
man.
So, like I always like to say, think harder, work smarter. If you want it to grow, just add water.
I love
Billy
that,
Rains
dude.
Waterhouse.
Yeah, man.
Water Boy. Bullets Benign. It's the water pot. Peace.
Right on, peace.